Live from FedEx Forum, this is The Odds Couple, presented by WinBet on GrindCityMedia.com. Here's Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.
Hello, good people. Welcome to The Odds Couple. Week 11. Single on fish.
I almost said solo on fish.
Single. Single on fish. That's how we start the show each and every week. Glad you're with us here on The Odds Couple. We got a busy week to talk about the Shield. Well, we got a lot to talk about the Shield.
Yeah.
Big weekend in the Southeastern Conference this week, and Lance Taylor's going to join us on the show. I'm Rob Fisher. Lang Whitaker is alongside. Hello, Lang.
What's
Good
up?
to see you, man. It's amazing to me. Week 11. Now it's past 10.
Yeah.
It's almost over.
We're in the final stretch.
We're talking about teams like their final games.
They are. I mean, Georgia has like 2 SEC games left, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, most of these teams are, I mean, if you haven't done it by now, you ain't doing it.
Right.
So.
Yeah. Well, good to see you.
You too.
John Roser in the house. Hello, John Roser.
Sup? I apologize to everybody
For what?
this, for my performance and the performance of the entire syndicate last week.
Syndicate.
Yeah, it was the color,
Underwhelming.
the color of Fish's jersey, the red.
Yeah.
The red part. Yeah, it was blood.
And not for love. No, it was
blood.
Yeah, that was bad. Bad week for us last week.
Blood.
That's all right. It's week 11, and this is the first time that we've come in here and said, "Boy, that was a really bad week for us."
And look,
so that's good.
I have other friends, obviously, who do this for fun too, and
You do this for fun?
they all had bad weeks too last week. I think it was a rough week all around.
Had
for
to be.
everybody. Yeah,
Had to be.
It was a rough week.
CJ, how are you doing?
How the hell was I supposed to know Florida was going to get waxed by South Carolina?
Nobody.
Right.
Good Lord.
This
week, Jesus, what is happening right now?
The good news is we all got that pick wrong, but Todd Grantham got fired.
Yeah.
So what? Yeah, my question today was going to be, what SEC school does he land at next?
Oh, no. I mean, he's kind of run the gamut. He's been where? Georgia, Florida. I think he was at
Auburn.
He's been at a few. I mean, he's not going to make as much money. He was making $1.8 million a year at Florida.
He's like Will Muschamp. I mean, except he hasn't had the head job.
Muschamp's at Georgia now.
And Mike
Yeah.
Bobo, him and Mike Bobo.
Bobo finally got out of the conference.
Yeah, but they're going to conspire together.
You know where he should end up?
Missouri.
No, it would just be perfect. He ends up at Alabama, and it's like
Right.
the
And all of a
career
sudden-
redemption.
Yep,
All of a sudden, he gets rehabilitated, and now he's another big prospect.
Absolutely. Well, I think that's kind of the thing that I learned this week of what a weird week. That weekend in the NFL. How do you predict that? I mean, the Dallas-Denver game was unbelievable. And you go down the Jacksonville-Buffalo
Bills
game.
losing.
I mean, how do you explain what happened in the NFL? It was all day. It was always the Titans game against the Rams. I mean, it was all day in the NFL. It had to be a great week for Vegas. Had to be.
The Falcons beating the Aints.
Yes.
Great day. I was actually at the WinBet Sports Bar here at
That's
FedEx
right.
Forum watching the games, and I was with a friend of mine. I was watching the Falcons-Saints game. My friend had the Bills in a survivor pool, and he was like, no way, they're not losing to Jacksonville. And so we were watching both games. They both came down to the wire,
my
and
God.
what a game.
What a horrible
day.
game to lose in a survivor pool.
Oh, a
The Bills to the Jaguars,
lot of people were knocked out of survivor pools with that one.
No doubt.
A lot of people were knocked out of survivor
I want the
pools.
Falcons to lose all the rest of the games this season. Like, at this point, we're just playing for draft status.
Sure.
I just want to beat the Saints.
Right.
And we did. So that was pretty awesome.
Roser, what'd you learn this week?
It's Georgia and everybody else.
Those are still
It for
stunned
real is
from that
Georgia.
0-5.
Like
You can tell. Like,
I thought
He's really
Georgia-
down about
He's not
what
wearing
his
it well.
picks were this
I'm
week.
very
You're
upset.
not. I
I'm
mean, you
very
look so
upset.
down. We need to pep you up a little bit.
I've never come in here and just been like disappointed in Alabama, and I'm like just so disappointed in that performance.
you didn't even have Alabama in your initial picks this week, I don't think.
No,
Maybe the
I
first
didn't.
time ever.
I didn't.
I
I
know.
was so pissed off at them.
You could
So
tell,
pissed off
You
at
could
them.
tell that he was boycotting Alabama.
He
this
usually
week.
takes Alabama even if they're on a
Yeah.
bye week.
That's
yeah,
right.
no, I will. That was so embarrassing. LSU sucks, and they just let them push them around. Like if LSU had a competent quarterback, they win the game.
Yeah.
That's embarrassing for Alabama. Have some pride.
CJ, what'd you learn this?
The embarrassing Big Al. It's an elephant with pride.
Yes.
With the losses in college football, particularly in the near losses, Rosa brings up Alabama, LSU, but it was a bunch of them. Michigan State going down to Purdue.
Yeah.
And then you factor in what the committee is doing. College football is the most wonderful, glorious, beautiful, stupid sport that we have in this world today. What happens on the field 1 week does not matter the next week at all.
Nope.
Like you can't do it. It's a week by week thing to try and figure this stuff out. And what the committee is looking at, I don't even know at this point in time. How the hell Michigan is ahead of Michigan State is beyond me. And I'm a Michigan fan. Couldn't happen to a better school. I love it from the sense, yes, let's screw Michigan State. But I'm supposed to do that as a fan, not you, the trained professionals, the ones who are getting paid to decide this stuff.
That's right.
We were right about Cincinnati, though. They don't belong.
And
No,
the reason it doesn't make sense, college football, is because I always have to remember this, that these are 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, and 18, 19, 20-year-old kids are stupid. Like, I mean, when I was 18, 19, 20,
Man,
like
he
we're
was down about last week.
like CJ, when you were 18, 19, 20, were you stupid?
I'm stupid today. Hell
Yeah.
yeah, I was stupid at 18, 19,
Fish, were
20.
you stupid?
Yeah, sure.
Lane, were you stupid?
I feel like I made good choices. I mean, you can still be dumb, but
You went to Georgia. Dumb choice,
that's a good
right
choice
there.
right
yeah.
there.
Dumb.
Back.
Come on now.
Georgia's the only team in America that's doing what they're
The
supposed
one
to
team
do.
that's been taking care of you all season.
Congratulations, Lane. Paid off 40 years later.
Oh, man.
however
Lang,
old
I
you
skipped
are.
over you. What'd you learn this week?
That Cincinnati is in the top 14.
How do you figure that?
Oh, there we go.
I
did
knew
learn
he was
this.
going to bring up Tulsa. Oh, they almost beat Oklahoma. And yeah.
No, here's what I did learn. If Memphis is a home dog, take Memphis. Straight
It's
up.
a thing. You said last week, because I pointed out a couple of those trends, and you said that is a thing.
Yeah.
And
Home dog Memphis, they
What if
win.
they're our home favorite?
They win outright.
Like
They're
this
ho-
week.
You just stay away.
yeah,
Stay away.
you're exactly right.
You stay away.
Thing I also learned this week: the fish scales are out.
Yeah! I'm actually really excited
it is
about
the
this.
greatest, the best, the fairest, and most humble college football ranking system in America. I devised it. This is the 24th year of the fish scales. It is based on achievement while trying to make everything equal between 130 teams,
So-
which is impossible. And it's set up a 4-team playoff and a 2-team non-Power 5 playoff. Yes, they don't deserve to be in the 4-team playoff.
We know.
So we have 2 playoffs. We have 4 of the Power 5 teams, and then we have 2 of the non-Power 5
So you
teams.
sent this, you posted this
Can
earlier.
let me read the top 10
Go
first,
for it. Yeah,
and
yeah.
then
Yeah,
then we can
yeah.
discuss.
Yeah, I'm already disagreeing on one of these.
Well, of course you are. Top 10 teams in the country. Number 10 is Louisiana Lafayette. Number 9 is Michigan State. 8, Notre Dame. 7, Alabama. 6, Oklahoma State. 5, Oregon. 4, Oklahoma. 3, UTSA. 2, Cincinnati. And number 1, Georgia. There you go. There are your
So-
top 10. So your playoff would be as of today. Now this changes every week completely. The poll is thrown away. It's not, you don't just move up or move down. It's thrown away. It's started over. So but if the season ended today, it'd be Georgia against Oklahoma State, Oklahoma against Oregon in the playoff. And in the non-Power 5 championship, you'd have Cincinnati taking on UTSA in Las Vegas. Be great stuff.
Okay, you have it in Vegas. So basically, you just, from me looking at this, you posted this earlier. I had a chance to look at it. You basically just listed the teams in order of how many losses they have.
That is the first tiebreaker, yes.
Okay.
okay, why is Nevada and Utah State on here and Arkansas's not?
Because Arkansas's got 3 losses.
Why is Georgia?
Do they have 3?
Yeah.
Who? They lost to Auburn? Georgia. Who else did they lose to?
Who? Arkansas?
A&M.
Texas A&M.
They beat Texas A&M.
Oh, Alabama.
Arkansas hadn't played Alabama. They beat Mississippi State.
Oh, for crying out loud. All right, hold on.
Who'd
I'll get
Arkansas
you
lose
here.
to?
They
I'm looking it
lost
up.
to Memphis. No, that's Arkansas,
That's Mississippi State.
They lost
Arkansas.
to Georgia, Ole Miss. and Auburn.
Ole Miss.
3 in a row.
That was
Yeah.
the one. They should have beaten Ole Miss.
Yeah.
That's still stupid. 3-loss Arkansas should be in over
All
Nevada.
right, so I'm 100% on answering your
No,
question.
no, you're not.
Well,
Because
why are Georgia's
Arkansas-
big wins include UAB and Clemson, who both stink?
yeah, Clemson
because
sucks.
again we're putting
Clemson's bad.
Again, we're putting
At the time, they were
everyone.
ranked.
We're putting 130 teams
Yeah,
and trying to
Clemson's not in the
have
top
them in
100.
a same sort of league. And to me, a good win, as defined here
It's
in the
just a winning
rules of the
record.
fish scales, would be wins over bowl teams,
So who did
which
UAB?
means you must have a winning record.
Wins
UAB
over
has a
bowl
winning
teams.
record. Clemson's got a winning record.
Okay, so why is Appalachian State's big win over Marquette considered big?
No, that wasn't Marquette. That's Marshall.
Okay, Marshall, all right.
Same question.
Yeah.
I was going to see who UAB beat this year.
Still 100%, by the way.
Some powerhouses, North Texas.
Who do you think should
They're
be
bowl
ranked?
eligible.
They
Who
lost
do you
to
think
Liberty.
should be
They're
ranked higher? A 2-loss Nevada and Utah State or a 3-loss Arkansas team?
Arkansas.
Based on if we're creating a league where all 130 are on the same level, it would be Nevada.
I think we just discovered
Because
this is a socialist.
because their resume is better.
All right, we got A.O. Fish over here.
Their resume is better. Period.
Fish voted for Bernie Sanders.
You can't ask a question that can't be answered when it comes to the fish. I've done this for
Fish is gonna
24
have-
years.
he's gonna have
y'all.
Vermont in the top
20
20 next week.
right.
24 years, and I'll tell
So
you.
why is Coastal Carolina 16 and they don't have any big wins? And they have a loss.
That's why they're the last ranked one-loss team.
So if you just had one loss, you're going to be in here.
Apparently, that was my question. Like,
So if Memphis would have lost, say Memphis's only loss was to like Nicholls State.
Yeah. Well, that game doesn't even count.
Okay, so Nicholls State's not.
Games against
SMU.
FCS
Say
don't
SMU
count.
was their only loss.
SMU is 26, by the way. They finished just outside the top 25.
Can't believe that.
Yeah. So there you go. Fish Scales. Check them out. They're on Twitter. You can find my Twitter at @TheFishNation, @TheFishNation. And you can see the copy of the Fish Scales.
What
you
is
got
the
questions? Ask. I got answers.
Yeah,
100%,
what is-
CJ. 100%.
It
What
makes
is
sense.
the two?
It makes sense.
All right, Michigan State number 9, 7-1, and then it has in parentheses a big win, Mich for Michigan, and
Yep.
then it said, what's the 2 next to that?
That means how many big wins you have. And if you
So
only
why
has
is
one.
the other big win not named?
because Michigan has the little asterisk next to it, which when you read the rules,
it count double?
It
Come
counts
on.
double because they're ranked. When you beat someone who's ranked, it counts as 2.
If you beat someone who's not ranked, it shouldn't count as a big
You know,
win.
Fish-
It's
there's-
ranked in the fish scales, by the way.
No, Fish, you know,
If you beat someone who's ranked in the fish scales, it counts as 2 big wins. So
You know-
Michigan counts as 2 big wins for Michigan State.
Rob, I love the effort that you put into this, and I love how you explain everything because you do have the explanation for everything. But I will tell you, if this was, if you took this to Shark Tank, how you explain that they're not giving you investing money.
What
to
are you
make
not
this a real
buying?
ranking
I don't see
system.
how Georgia has
I-
5 big wins and none of them are ranked in the top 25.
None of them are ranked in the top 25 of the fish scales. They
Yeah.
aren't. Who is?
Well, I don't know.
Auburn, Kentucky,
Yeah, why
Arkansas.
is-
they're
why-
all on the outside.
I would
Why
say
is
some of them should be
Arkansas?
in there.
Why is Arkansas
Yeah.
a big win and they're not? And they're
They're
not
bowl
even.
Because they're over
eligible.
500.
They're over 500. They're bowl eligible.
Then they should be in the top
you.
top
CJ
five.
This I
understands it.
follow
also
this.
to be
This is glorious.
over 500 makes you
A bowl team, which makes it a good win.
makes it a good. So Liberty, who lost to Louisiana Monroe, it's a good win if you beat them.
They only
Yeah.
lost 2, right? They lost to Ole Miss
Oregon
and
lost
then-
to Stanford. If you beat Oregon, it's a big win because you're in the top 25 as well. It counts as double.
That's
I
different
mean,
losing to
Liberty's over
Stanford.
500. They're a
Those-
bowl team. They're a good team.
Look.
If you're a bowl team, you're a good team.
Look,
Yes? Yes?
Those are Stanford.
Not necessarily.
Those are Stanford kids. I hope Brevin Knight does not listen to this. There's either one of 2 things that happens with Stanford kids.
Yeah.
They become insanely smart and invent something, or probably going to be a serial killer. Like it's one or the other. Okay. It happens with really smart kids like that.
I don't know what just happened.
You don't
Rob,
know what
I
happens.
appreciate the fish scales
you.
because there's a legitimate
Or you do
answer.
television for the Grizzlies.
There
I
is-
have a legit answer to every
all
question.
of them. All of them. You can follow the logic.
The
Unlike
committee has
it's
no
illogical.
answer.
There's no answers there. I appreciate the fish scales.
That's why it is the greatest, fairest, and most humble top 25
You
ranking
know what-
system in America.
You know what we should do? You just mentioned the committee.
They should use this.
What if the syndicate was the committee?
I got my top 12 right now. I can sit
Well,
right
this
now
would
to
be
that.
my
I mean,
ranking.
no. What if we all together? Maybe we each submit our top 12, and then we have a consensus.
Okay.
I don't know. Just throwing ideas out there.
Let's get it going. Let's do
that.
I do it every week.
And I'll do my own, and I'll do the fish scales because let's be honest, mine wouldn't be the same as fish scales. Fish scales are stupid.
Maybe we don't need 12.
I would probably because
But the sport's dumb. You're exactly right.
If it was me, I would do because if I'm in charge of this, I'd have Georgia, Alabama, Oklahoma, and then I would seriously
This can be your list.
I would let probably Oklahoma State, Notre Dame, Michigan, Michigan State, Ohio State, and Texas A&M have a playoff for the 4th spot. That's what I do. There you go.
Yeah. So this isn't this. That's the point of the fish. This isn't worse than any other system we have.
Right. No, it's not.
And in fact, it's better.
No.
And more humble.
It's better if you probably want if you are a socialist, it is better. Yes, that is.
If you like standing in line for bread.
That is definitely definitely true. If you want TV ratings doo-doo, then it's also amazing for that too.
Also, I don't hear the other rankings talking down about the fish scales.
No.
Probably because they don't know it exists.
Well, I don't know. The fish scales is talking about how humble it is. I don't.
Very humble.
I think you don't need to be humble. I think you need to,
talk your
be a little more aggressive.
Yeah.
Maybe.
All right. I put it out on the Twitter.
Yeah.
I mean, isn't that enough?
You got to tag Kirk Herbstreit.
Tag the AP.
Everybody.
Tag the AP and the UPI and the coaches.
I tag all the teams taking UTSA. Might get excited.
Yeah.
Tag.
Hey, UTSA, I got you ranked 3rd in the country.
No, you should
retweet
tag,
it, maybe.
Tag Arkansas. Let's tag Arkansas and see. They'll get excited.
No, Arkansas will hate this.
Tag Cincinnati.
Right, that's why they'll.
Cincinnati will be pissed. You put them 2 instead of 1.
Hey, isn't tag Condoleezza Rice? Isn't she on the committee?
Yeah.
Yeah. No, just tag her.
Just tag her?
Just tag Condoleezza Rice.
That'd be a great idea.
She's probably, and if she looks at her Twitter, she's like, what the hell is this?
You know she goes through her mentions.
Yeah.
Like that.
Oh, absolutely.
From the Fish Nation.
Maybe
Yeah.
she sort of,
That-
but
that
maybe
is
she
for
looks at the
sure.
verified mentions and you pop
That's
up
true.
in there. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. All right, let's hear from one coach. I want to hear from Dan Mullen because it is
I do too.
it is sad Dan Mullen, sad Dan Mullen. They lose. Not only lose, they
They
get
got
destroyed by South Carolina. Here's Dan Mullen after that loss.
That's a tough one. I know, I know everybody's disappointed. I thought our guys had a great attitude this week and worked, and the desire of our guys, the attitude that they bring. We gotta create some positive momentum for the guys on the team, and for those guys, and we as coaches gotta improve and help them get better. I don't know. I've coached a long time, so I don't know that stuff is stunning. It really ever to me, but obviously wasn't seeing the game play out this way. So very disappointed. I know our players are very disappointed.
Sad Dan Mullen.
I wasn't disappointed.
Is there a way he's fired after this year?
No. He just signed a 3-year extension before the season.
What if they lose to Florida State?
I don't think there's any way they fire him right now. It just
I thought that a week ago. I thought, well, he could go into next year on a really hot seat and something's got to happen.
Yeah.
Recruiting better be better, that good stuff. But, man, after that loss in that fashion,
that's why they
after
fired
that week.
Yeah, that's why they fired Grantham and the other dude, whoever it
The
was.
offensive line coach when they got a good running game.
I mean, we all know that when you fire your assistant coaches the middle of the season, it's code for, oh, crap, I'm about to get fired. I got to do something.
Right.
So he fired those dudes. But I
just
don't see there's a way they fire. I spoke to a Florida alum who we all are familiar with, and I said, if Mullen got fired after that game, who would you want to replace him? And there wasn't a obvious person out there. There's not they were like, well, let's wait and see. Maybe James Franklin. That's what I threw out there. And I got that into the text.
Orgeron's going to be available.
Yeah. So I don't know. There's not a coach who's like an assistant coach who's like the heir apparent right
I mean,
now.
you could have had Jim. They could have had Jim Moore Jr., but he just said, "I'm going to UConn."
Dan Mullen has 2 top 10 finishes in 3 years at the end of the rankings. And the third year, last year, he finished 12th, 13th, respectively, after getting to a Cotton Bowl, which I do believe is a New Year's Six. He's done enough to withstand a couple of bad losses. He is using them all this year. This time next year, if it's still looking this way, they'll get him out midway through the season.
And that's why I ask if there's any way. I mean, they're going to beat Samford this week, but then they have Missouri on the road. What if you lost to Missouri and then Florida State?
His bigger problem is not the on-the-field stuff right now.
Well,
it's
right.
the recruiting. It's the
Absolutely.
recruiting. That's the big thing because Florida expects to have top 5, top 6
I
classes.
think that last
and
class, right now they're ranked 22, I think.
Yeah, like they Florida expects to have a top 5,
And
top
should.
6 class, and they absolutely should.
Also, kind of lost in this whole shuffle. You know, Richardson. When I saw the game this week, I was like, well, why isn't Richardson starting? After you start him against Georgia,
Right.
and then you're like, against Carolina, and then they said, well, he's having concussion protocol, and he's like the emergency quarterback. And I thought, okay. And then it came out on Sunday he had actually injured his knee dancing in the team hotel the night before the game. It's like this is just like for Florida. Like
This is Florida.
It's just awful. Like
Yeah,
there's
it's-
no real way out of this.
Yeah.
So you say you don't think there's a way
I think
for
he
him
should
to
be
get
fired, but I don't think
you
he's
don't
gonna
think
be
there's a way.
fired.
Is there a way for him to get fired?
I mean, if you lose out, yeah, he'll get fired if you lose
Beat
out.
Samford and then lose out.
There are other, I don't know, like home run hires, but like I think the guy at Cincinnati, Fickle's a really good coach. I think he'd
UTSA guy?
UTSA. I think Fickle would have to bring in somebody to be a little more creative on offense because I think sometimes Cincinnati lacks that, and that's why they don't blow some of these teams out the way they should. Their defense is awesome, but I think Fickle would need to hand the offense over to somebody, which he very well could if you hire Tom Herman to be your offensive coordinator and just let him handle that.
What about Lincoln Riley? He used to always get mentioned for all those jobs.
I don't think he'd leave Oklahoma for that. I mean, he's already about to be in the SEC anyway,
yeah.
so
That's true.
Franklin's one. I mean, James Franklin is one. Like, I mean, the damage that guy could do at Florida. I mean, he would get players.
Yeah, they said that when he was at Vanderbilt, the damage he's going to do at Penn State, and then
You know who he is.
He's done better.
He's Mark Richt.
Maybe.
nice guy,
Really great guy, great recruiter. Love him. Run through a wall for him, and wins a lot of games. A lot of games,
but not the big ones. Yeah,
but just falls short.
Yeah.
Just falls short, and falls short by losing games shouldn't lose. But then could move on and do it again somewhere else. I think he'd be a great hire anywhere else, just to kind of keep it at a high standard and hope that in 5 or 6 years we can fire him to get the next coach who's going to win us the championship.
What about Hugh Freeze at Florida?
that'd be interesting.
Dude, he won at Ole Miss.
I'm all about Hugh.
He
Freeze
won at
being
Ole
hired
Miss.
somewhere.
He won the Sugar Bowl at Ole Miss. You tell me he couldn't go win and compete for national championships at Florida?
What they should do is fire Mullen this week and make Spurrier the interim coach. And the dude was coaching last year in that
Now
AFL.
you're saying this
game.
is a Georgia fan.
He's
Come
had
on
3
now.
games
That's
left.
silly. You're getting silly on
You're going to
him.
energize the base. People love him down in game. They got restaurants, Steve Spurrier restaurants.
That would be funny if Florida hired the former Mississippi State coach, fired him, and hired the former Ole Miss coach.
Yeah.
What about Lane Kiffin, too? I mean, if recruiting's a big
Yeah.
deal to those Florida fans, Lane Kiffin will get players.
Yeah.
And Ole Miss, are we getting to Ole Miss here in a sec? Are we going to talk about them?
Yeah.
I'll save it for when we talk about
Well,
them.
no, actually, we're not because we got to get to a break. But I want to give you some. We'll talk about it with Lance.
Okay.
But I want to give you a couple of trends. Georgia, 20-point favorite at Tennessee this week. Total is 56. Georgia, 11-4 against the spread. Their last 15 on the road. Head-to-head, Georgia's won the last 3 meetings against Tennessee by an average score of 55-16.
They're going to beat the piss out of Tennessee.
I hope so.
All right. Where's
Of
the
course,
other
I
one
thought
wanted to get
Alabama
to?
was going to do that to LSU. I'm so mad at you, Alabama.
Here's the big one. A&M, 2.5-point favorite on the road in Oxford against Ole Miss.
This game scares the crap out of me.
A&M 8-2 against the spread. Their last 10 as a road favorite. Ole Miss 5-14-1 against the spread as an underdog. Head-to-head, Texas A&M has won and covered the last 3, and the favorite is 4-1 against the spread the last 5. Plus, the last 6 meetings have gone under. Interesting. Any thoughts on that matchup?
I'm more scared of the Auburn game this week, but
Auburn, Mississippi State?
yeah.
All right, how about I read you that one? Auburn, 17-6 against the spread as a favorite. They're a 5.5-point favorite against the Bullies this week. Head-to-head, Auburn's covered 4 of the last 5, and 7 of the last 9 have gone under.
But what happens when cats and dog schools play on grass in the middle of the day?
A lot of urine on
Don't
the field.
have that one. Don't have it. I don't have that one. I'll look that up for next week's show.
We all thought that,
And when the sky is partly cloudy.
but we all thought we had Bo Nix finally figured out.
I know.
Like he
We
can
did.
win on the road. Then they go get just thump by Texas A&M. But now he's back at home this week, so maybe we trust him
against
again.
This weird Mississippi State team.
Like that game terrifies me.
Yeah.
Maybe it really was I said it could be a possibility last week. Maybe Texas A&M's awesome now. Like maybe they are like really, really good now.
Maybe.
Possible.
And I think they will have to be to beat Ole Miss. Mm-hmm. So we'll see. All right.
I tend to think they will beat. Ole Miss. If Ole Miss wins, it will not be a blowout. Ole Miss will win by like 1 point or something, 1 to 3 points. But Texas A&M could win by like 17.
Matt Corral could legitimately be the leader for the Heisman after this week, and by a far margin, I think.
Game day on campus. Are they getting Katy Perry again?
I don't know.
Lane's been trying to get her all year. Like,
yeah. All right. Let's take a break.
We don't mean in the pants. We mean like on game day.
This is the Odds Couple on Grind City Media.
The Odds Couple is brought to you by WynnBET, the official sportsbook partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. WynnBET is bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting. From boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport, they have what you need to win. You can place bets on games on any major sport, including on NBA teams like your Memphis Grizzlies. Sign up today and use promo code BET1WIN100, and after placing your first $1 wager, you'll receive $100 to bet with. There's no better way to enjoy basketball than with some extra winnings in your pocket to use for all your favorite bets. Betting is a team sport. Join the WynnBET team and bet with the best. Must be physically located in Tennessee and 21 years of age or older to participate. If you win or someone you know needs assistance with a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
When you heard that you were getting traded to the Memphis Grizzlies, what went through your mind?
I will say the first thing that came back to mind was like, Zach Randolph punched me in the face. And some people might still be pretty pissed off about it. So we got some patchwork to do, mate.
Have you gone around town at all, and has anybody mentioned that to you?
Nah, not yet. I haven't had too much opportunity, though, to be fair.
The Chris Vernon Show, live daily on grindcitymedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
HBCU Huddle with me, CJ Hurt, and Mike Wallace has all of your HBCU football, sports, and culture needs covered. We discuss the hottest stories weekly across the black college sports landscape, including the SWAC, MEAC, Tennessee State, Lane, Lemoyne-Owen, and all the black colleges in between. New episodes drop every Thursday, and you can stay connected with the latest stories and discussions about your favorite HBCU by going to grindcitymedia.com, selecting the podcast folder, and clicking on the HBCU Huddle tab. HBCU Huddle is a spot for all your black college sports and culture needs.
Don't miss the newest Grind City Media podcast, Infield Fly, with me, Rob Fisher, along with Lang Whitaker and Keith Murphy. Comes out each Tuesday, and we'll have the latest on our favorite teams and yours. Regional and Superstation teams, the Cardinals, Braves, and Cubs, while going around the horn to check in on the rest of the league. Be sure to subscribe today at grindcitymedia.com, iTunes, Spotify, and SoundCloud.
It is 9:01 on the dot, and we are so excited to continue our Media Day coverage.
I feel like every year for Media Day, everyone always compares it to the first day of school. Did you have any first day of school jitters?
It's definitely a first day of school mentality, those butterflies in your stomach. But then it took a second to go, well, that's probably a good thing, right? You should always have a little bit of nervousness.
Rise and Grind with Jessica and Megan. Live daily at 8 a.m. on grindcitymedia.com. Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com. Live from FedEx Forum. Now, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, presented by WynnBET.
Hey, next up for your Memphis Grizzlies, it's Military Appreciation Night. That is Friday, November 12th, 7 p.m., when your Grizzlies take on the Phoenix Suns, presented by Ashley Home Store. Fans will want to arrive early. First 5,000 will receive a Brandon Clark mini hoop set. Nice. Now, if you're listening to this late Friday night or Saturday morning, or Sunday morning, you missed out on the hoop set, but don't miss out on the action. Grizzlies will be back home Monday when they take on the Houston Rockets as well. That one gets underway at 7 o'clock. Get Memphis and get your tickets today by calling 901-888-HOOP or clicking grizzlies.com. Welcome back, everyone, to the Odds Couple. Arkansas. We talked about Arkansas last week, and the weird thing about Arkansas was, are they back? I mean, we kind of forgot about them. They lost a couple of games. They played an FCS team, and then they had a bye week and just kind of forgot about them. Well, they got a nice win.
Yes, sir.
Good win for Arkansas last week. Sam Pittman following their win against Mississippi State.
we're very fortunate to have had an off week to prepare for them because they do so much blitzing and movement on the line. But I think we beat a good football team. And the other thing is I'm very, very, very proud of our team and our coaches and our administration. We didn't just win the Super Bowl, but it feels like it. And we're bowl eligible and very, very, very excited to have to know that we're going to play in December or January.
And they are favored this week on the road in Baton Rouge against LSU by 2.5. LSU has won the last 5 meetings between these two teams, and also head-to-head 5 of the last 7 have gone under. Let's welcome into the program. He's a co-host of Next Round Live, 9 a.m. to 1 p.m. weekdays. He's on Twitter at @TheLanceTaylor, and you can get his picks each and every day at lanceslock.com. Lance Taylor joins us here on The Odds Couple. Hello, Lance.
So Arkansas, I think we all agree Sam Pittman is like a perfect fit.
Yes.
He's done a great job there.
Yeah.
They're ranked. He's got them 6-3 bowl eligible for the first time since 2016. This is pretty amazing, though, because, this initial blush, LSU coming off that really hard-fought Bama loss, you think that, I don't know necessarily if they're going to be flat, they're going to be beat up. I still don't think they're talented. I think that was kind of lightning in a bottle. Bama played terribly. LSU played really good football last Saturday night. So initially, I'm like, Arkansas seems to be easy money minus the 3. But did you guys realize they're 1-14 outright in road games since 2018? And when we bring Sam Pittman into the mix, 1-6 outright on the road under Sam Pittman. So it's just a team that just doesn't win outside of Fayetteville.
Yeah, and I mean, you look at their numbers on the road against SEC opponents, just as you said, on the road overall. I mean, the numbers still haven't turned around under Sam Pittman, and I think I'm with you. You almost feel bad saying bad things about Arkansas right now because it is amazing how he's turned things around. But let's just kind of pump the brakes a little bit.
Yeah. So I don't know if that's one of those games that, if I had to play it, I feel like Arkansas is the better team.
Yeah.
But Ed Orgeron, say what you want about Coach O. The guy has still got that team playing.
Yeah, and LSU, a great team against the number after losses as well. So you got that going for them. Ole Miss this week and A&M. This is the game for who's the third best team in the SEC. We've had this sort of matchup now in the last 3 weeks of who's that team that's right there, and A&M seems to be on the cusp.
Yeah, look, I thought they looked really good. I mean, defensively, they didn't score an offensive touchdown. They had to scoop and score against Auburn, but their defense is playing lights out. Obviously, with A-Chain and Spiller, they can run the football. We don't trust Calzada. I don't think anybody necessarily does. The guy's a battler. I look at Lane Kiffin. He's 0-3 against the number versus ranked teams this year. And I go back last week for Ole Miss against Liberty, and I liked Ole Miss against Liberty. I didn't play 11 o'clock games last week. I swore myself off of them. I'm going to try to do it again this week. I liked Liberty, though. Obviously, that game was 24-0. It was pretty much over at halftime. But outside of Ely's 70-yard run, second play from scrimmage, they only had 77 yards on 27 carries. And if they can't effectively run the football with what I believe is not 100% Matt Corral, this A&M defense, Mike Elko's got them dialed in. And as bad as Jimbo Fisher was early in ranked opponent matchups, was 0-6 on those first 6, he's 3-1 his past 4, ranked versus ranked. So, I kind of lean that A&M's the better team here with obviously the much better defense and the much better quarterback. But this is one of those games I probably pass on if I've got to play it. Kind of lean A&M, but I don't love it.
It's an interesting one this week. There are a lot of interesting ones that we've talked about, including Auburn and Mississippi State. Mississippi State's a weird team, man. Some weeks I think, okay, maybe they're pretty good. And then other weeks I think, well, maybe they're not so good. Yeah. And then Auburn, well, we know the Auburn story. What do you think about this one this week? Auburn 5.5 at home against State.
Yeah, I'm kind of right there with you. I mean, Mississippi State could easily be 8-1. I mean, 3 of their losses are by 3 or less points, and another heartbreaker this past weekend to Arkansas. They are 5-1 against the number of their last 6 road games. They've also covered 4 of their last 5 games against ranked opponents. You go back last year, and I don't know if we talked about this. I know at some point it was brought up that Bo Nix, although Auburn had beaten Texas A&M in College Station 2 years ago, Bo Nix had struggled against those Mike Elko defenses, and the only time he's seen a Zach Arnett defense last year, 125 passing yards, was the third fewest of his career. They have covered 7 of their last 8 as a favorites. Again, it's an 11 o'clock game. I hate to be superstitious. I'm going to pass on it, but I like Mississippi State. I think you're catching too many points. Yeah. I think these are equivalent teams. I think this number should be 3. Bo Nix had played really good football up until last week, but we saw Bad Bo again. Yeah. And if Bad Bo shows up against this Mississippi State defense, Mississippi State could easily win this game, and I think catching 5.5 is a pretty good spot here for the Bulldogs.
Would you ever play a 51.5 point spread unless you're taking the points?
Probably not. I read that, favorites of 50+ since the 1978 FBS FCS split. Boy, all of us do way too much research on this garbage. But the favorites are only 7-16 against the number. So typically you play the dog in this spot, and I really don't know what Alabama's got to prove. This is one of those. I don't think Alabama wants to play this game. Obviously, it's a rat opponent, New Mexico State, but I think when you play so bad against LSU, you want to be able to bounce back and play a quality opponent to get things right. It was kind of like coming off the A&M loss. They played Mississippi State, and they played their best 4 quarters and won that game by 40 points. I think they would rather see Arkansas this week than New Mexico State. So I don't know how much motivation is going to be there. Again, it's an 11 o'clock game. But if I played this, I guess I probably would play the dog, just because the favorites typically don't cover in these spots.
What was that crap last week, Lance?
Oh, Roser is hot. He is hot at Alabama.
I'm so mad at Alabama for last week.
Hey, Roser, not only did I had a bad Saturday for the first time in a month.
Everybody had a bad Saturday. I swear everybody did.
I was 4-7. I was really good going into the night slate, and normally I have, rocky early, and then I kind of pull back. Another superstition about me, I went out of town last week. Anytime I go out of town, I lose. It's really weird. But I'm gonna be on the couch this entire weekend. But I laid the 28.5. I also laid Florida at the 18.5. So 2 embarrassing games. When they got up 20-7, I was like, okay, here we go. They're going to throw on a couple of touchdowns late. They're going to win this game going away. They're going to end up covering. They just, it was the best third down converting team going into that game. They were 4-13 on third downs. They couldn't run the football, which was really strange. I mean, this is a depleted LSU team. And Bryce Young, when you look at the final numbers, 24 of 37, 302, 2 touchdowns, no picks, the numbers look good, but he missed some easy open throws. And if it wasn't for Will Anderson completely dominating, they lose that game. And I can't believe LSU had ball in hand twice in the final couple of minutes to win that game. I mean, it was a weird game. I think we all agree now that we're in the middle of November. There is what seems to be elite team, and there's a lot of parity with everybody else.
Yeah.
I still think if they put it all together, Alabama could be that second-best team in college football. I don't know if it matters, because even if they put it together and beat Georgia once in an SEC championship game, what are the chances they beat them twice? So it looks like everybody right now is playing for second place. But that was a weird, weird Saturday night in Bryant-Denny, and they were lucky to survive.
Yeah. Georgia has given up 13 points twice this year. It's the most points they've given up in a game. Tennessee this week, a team that can score a lot of points. Does Tennessee score more than 13, and would that get them a cover?
Rob, it is a good question. I don't know if it gets them a cover, because I think Georgia's offense, although they don't have a lot of sexy skill guys, and Stetson Bennett and JT Daniels, and I guess they're going to use that rotation for a little bit, they still put up numbers. And if you go back to the past 4 matchups between these two, Georgia's won by an average of like 42-11. So they've even dominated, and now you've got a dominant Georgia team. This Tennessee offense is obviously much better under Josh Heupel with Hendon Hooker running this offense. I mean, the scoring's increased from 21.5 points per game to 38.2 points per game, almost 17 points per game. But they go on these weird lulls. I mean, they were shut out in the second half against Florida. They scored 7 points in the fourth quarter against Alabama. They're 2-13 all-time against number 1 opponents. And, I look at this Georgia team, man. They've only allowed 3 passing touchdowns the entire season. So as excited as Tennessee fans got against Kentucky, which, at times can be a good defense, it's not Georgia. I'd probably play Tennessee just because Georgia is due to have one of these kind of off games where maybe they turn it over a couple of times. and I could see Tennessee, ink out, 17 to 20 points, and that might be enough. So I think I play Tennessee here. Yeah. I don't feel great about it because I give Kirby Smart a lot of credit, man. He has got this team dialed in, and they are curb stomping everybody.
Yeah. NFL this week. Boy, what a weird week last week.
Oh, my God. You guys know I'm a contrarian, so it's like professional players can't win in the NFL. Laymen can't win in the NFL. I don't know what in the hell is going on in the NFL. And, Roser, I was all over your 49ers, and they basically just crapped the bed.
Shocker.
I'm gonna say this, though. Everybody is so big on this Titans team. Without Derrick Henry, my team, my Rams, were not ready Sunday night. Matt Stafford played horribly. That 20-second sequence completely killed them. But everybody's talking up this Titans team. And now the Saints are only catching 2.5 in Nashville. What is going on with that?
Yeah.
Without Derrick Henry, they've won 5 consecutive games. That is a smelly fish. So I am just going to rely on what is typically the football gods, and the public goes back and they don't win at all. And I'm going to take the Saints plus 2.5 here. It's too strange of a number. This number should be 5.5.
While we've been taping this show, Odell Beckham is signing with the Rams, apparently. And they play the 49ers on Monday Night Football this week.
How about that? No, your Rams.
We've beaten the Rams 4 straight times, but that's probably coming to an end Monday night. We actually didn't.
Roser, it's a bad matchup, man. I mean, for whatever reason, McVay cannot beat Kyle Shanahan. It's like the 49ers, even if they're banged up, they're too physical.
Yeah, I
for
don't
the Rams.
No, we're not really that physical this year.
I hope not.
Our secondary is an abomination to football. Like it's.
I'll give you the cover. Just let us win by 3. It's a game we don't need to lose. But I'll say this: 2 days ago, I was on the air, and I said there is no way that Les Snead and Sean McVay are going to get Odell Beckham. He's a cancer to the locker room. He is a team killer, and this is not a move they're going to make. And what do? They go out and they get Odell Beckham Jr. And when you've got, Cooper Kupp, who's playing like an MVP right now, Robert Woods, who's one of the more underrated receivers.
Yeah.
You've got a really good weapon in Tyler Higbee. And then you've got Van Jefferson in his second year out of Florida who stretches the field. I don't know the need for Beckham.
Yeah.
He also isn't that good anymore. Is he even good anymore? Do we even know if he's good?
Right. I have no idea.
Well, people blame it on Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's not that good. Well, dude, Kirk Cousins isn't that good, and freaking Jefferson and Thielen are awesome. Why
can't I have Nick Chubb as a Rams fan? Give me Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
You keep Odell.
See, I thought Green Bay would be a good fit because at least I'm like, well, Odell he's better than Valdez-Scantling and Alan Lazard. He's better than them, so that will be a good number. It'd be a better number 2 option next to Adams. But yeah,
I don't know, man. Weird stuff.
Yeah. We'll see. The 49ers. Our problem on Sunday against the Cardinals was we drove the ball down there. Brandon Ayuk fumbles inside the 10. George Kittle fumbles on Arizona side of the field. It's like Kittle's 3rd career fumble. The guy never fumbles that he happens to. It was both times we were driving, we were about to score, and we just fumbled, and then Arizona scored 10 points off those 2 turnovers, and then Jimmy threw another one late. But
Colt McCoy, though, I was 2-0 in the early games.
Yeah,
I gave up 5 on Sunday, and then I go 0-3 in the afternoon.
Yeah, our secondary sucks, man. Our secondary sucks really bad. It's so bad to watch.
Lance, where can people get your picks every day?
Yeah, thanks, Rob. Lance'sLock.com. We started off college basketball with winning nights. We're here for you for college basketball, the NBA, obviously college football, the NFL, sides and totals. We give you a free play every day, by the way. As we speak right now, we've hit 7 of our last 8 free plays. So just go to Lance'sLock.com. Get a free play. Everything for the entire month is only $90. It's $3 a day. Great stocking stuffer. Lance'sLock.com.
Awesome. Lance, always a pleasure, man. Thank you much. Appreciate it.
See you, boys.
All right. We'll talk next week. Lance Taylor joining us. This week, Memphis Tigers, big win over SMU, and now they take on East Carolina. Ryan Silverfield, the head coach of the Tigers, said they're still fighting.
I talked to our guys, after the UCF game and during the bye, and I said, everybody out on the outside is going to doubt us and continue. But I said, we have to stay focused. We have to stay dialed in. And we're going to work, and we're going to work harder, and we're going to push, and we're going to continue to do things the right way. And every single one of our young men, the 116 that we have in the locker room, nodded their head and said, okay, let's go. We got this. Let's work harder. Let's push. How can we improve? What can we do? And it started with me. I always look in the mirror and say, well, what do I need to do? And I've got a million things I got to fix. and get better at it. But the great thing about our guys is they say yes. And then right after this game, you got an 18-year-old quarterback says, okay, thanks. Congratulations, thanks. Okay, but let's get ready for East Carolina. And those are the type of young men you want. We've got the highest character guys that continue to do it the right way, and just so proud to see their efforts come to fruition again today. We still got a lot of work to do and things to improve upon. I mean, it feels great to get a win.
Ryan Silverfield, head coach of the Memphis Tigers. 5-point favorite over ECU, a 59 total. Memphis, 10 of their last 13 as a favorite have gone under. 13-6 against the spread at home against American Athletic Conference teams. Head-to-head, the favorite has covered 9 straight.
All right. Cool.
Favorite has covered 9 straight.
Go Tigers.
So it's time for that.
What happens when
Go Tigers. Do theory?
Pirates and Cats?
We haven't had the do theory yet.
Yeah, I don't have the numbers on the do theory. All right, we'll take a break here on the Odds Couple. We'll come back. We're going to talk a little Shield and then picks.
Picks.
We got picks, and boy, we're going to be better than last week. We promise.
We can't be worse.
We're back. More of the Odds Couple here on Grind City Media.
The Odds Couple is brought to you by WynnBET, the official sportsbook partner of the Memphis Grizzlies. WynnBET is bringing the excitement of Wynn Las Vegas to online sports betting. From boosted parlays to live in-game odds on every major sport, they have what you need to win. You can place bets on games on any major sport, including on NBA teams like your Memphis Grizzlies. Sign up today and use promo code BET1WIN100, and after placing your first $1 wager, you'll receive $100 to bet with. There's no better way to enjoy basketball than with some extra winnings in your pocket to use for all your favorite bets. Betting is a team sport. Join the WynnBET team and bet with the best. Must be physically located in Tennessee and 21 years of age or older to participate. If you win or someone you know needs assistance with a gambling problem, call the Tennessee Red Line, 1-800-889-9789.
Grizz Nation, proof of a negative COVID test or vaccination will be needed to attend Grizzlies and Tigers games at FedEx Forum. The Grizzlies and FedEx Forum have partnered with Clear Health Pass to provide easy proof of COVID-related health insights for faster entry and to create a safer experience for all to enjoy the game. Download the Clear app and sign up today. For more information on all health and safety protocols, visit FedExForum.com. What are your favorite kind of basketball speeches that just like are stuck in your mind? It doesn't have to be Hall of Fame. It can be like any type of speech from a basketball player.
I mean, Hall of Fame for me, Michael Jordan's the end all be all, because we not only was it a great speech and he was like pretty petty and mean and it was memorable, but he cried and we got the crying Jordan meme.
Join Lang Whitaker and me, Kelsey Wright Johnson, every Thursday as we debate the hottest topics in the NBA. IMHO on grindcitymedia.com, YouTube, and our social channels.
Jaren Jackson Jr.
Oh, yeah. Go ahead. Come on, Vern.
Look,
we on the Vern show.
Yeah, you have
Vern,
talked.
why your fit look like you were supposed to be in a garage right now fixing up some tools or something?
Look at this. That's a Deion Sanders throwback.
Man,
how dare you?
You look like you put that on to eat. My goodness.
How dare you?
The Chris Vernon Show, live daily on grindcitymedia.com or wherever you get your podcasts.
You could be mad at me like, oh, no, you ain't tried my biscuit. I don't care about your biscuit, because these flaky biscuits, next level.
My Nana's biscuits were the flakiest, most perfect biscuits, and I have the recipe, and I have yet to be able to recreate those biscuits. And every time I try, I fail, and it makes me so sad, because will I ever have a biscuit that tastes as good as the biscuits I grew up on? Probably not.
Rise and Grind with Jessica and Megan, live daily at 8 a.m. on grindcitymedia.com. Welcome back to grindcitymedia.com, live from FedEx Forum. Now, here's more of the Odds Couple, Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker, presented by WynnBET.
Hey, Grizz Nation. Proof of a negative COVID test or vaccination is needed to attend Grizzlies and Tigers games at FedEx Forum. The Grizzlies and FedEx Forum have partnered with Clear Health Pass to provide easy proof of COVID-related health insights for faster entry and to create a safer experience for all to enjoy the game. Download the Clear app and sign up today. For more information on all health and safety protocols, visit FedExForum.com. Welcome back, everyone, to the Odds Couple, presented by WynnBET. We made WynnBET some money last week. with our picks.
Yeah, we did.
So good for them. Congratulations to them.
Yeah.
They're wonderful people. But this week we're going to take money back. We're taking it back. We'll do that with our picks coming up here.
We got to take the power back.
That's right. It's week 10 of the Shield, and the Tennessee Titans are rolling. 5 straight games now where they've been an underdog, and 5 straight they've won. They've won all 5 as an underdog, their last 5, which is absolutely amazing. And they continue to do it, and this week they'll be taking on New Orleans. Here's Mike Vrabel, the head coach of the Titans, on his team getting better.
Success leads to confidence. Going out there and being able to view it, continue to improve, and that's the message. We're better now than what we were to start the season, and that's the most important thing in the National Football League, is that you find ways to continue to improve. I mean, you obviously have to find ways to win, but along the way you got to find ways to get better. Because if you don't, you'll find yourself on the outside looking in. Because there's a lot of teams that are going to continue to improve, and we have to be one of those.
But it's a weird line this week. Titans only favored by 2.5 or 3 or 2.5 this week against the New Orleans Saints at home. New Orleans is 5-0 against the spread following an ATS loss, which they had last week, and the road team in this series has covered the last 4.
I don't know what the numbers like, but I watched the Saints' entire game last week, and they stink.
Well, then why is it only 3 or 2.5?
I don't understand.
That's why you got to take the Saints, like Lance said.
Maybe they thought Simeon's not going to start this week or something. I don't. Maybe
should that
even
matter?
I don't. The funny part was they put in Taysom Hill for one play at quarterback. The very first play, sack, fumble, scoop, and score for the Falcons. Yeah. All right, let's go back to Simeon.
A couple of other NFL games. New England 2.5-point favorite over Cleveland this week. The favorite in this series has covered 6 of the last 8 meetings. New England 4-1 against the spread against Cleveland, playing in Foxborough. Kansas City a 2.5-point favorite against the Raiders. The home team has covered 7 of the last 9 in this series. And the Rams, a 4-point favorite in San Francisco against the Niners. The dog in this series has covered the last 4, Roser. How about that? And San Francisco's covered 8 of the last 11 against the Rams. Roser, what do you think?
He can't even fake the enthusiasm at this point.
Well, we're glad we have a Grizzlies game Monday night.
All right. Nuggets of the week first.
Fish nuggets.
Couple nuggets of the week. Memphis has won 17 straight games in November. How about that? 11-4 against the spread their last 15 in November.
Cool.
LSU is an underdog at home against Arkansas. LSU in their last 109 night home games. Their last 109 home games at night, they are 95-14.
How many? What is that record when they play pig schools?
I don't have
farm animals when they play farm animals.
Missouri is a favorite this week against South Carolina. Boy, what a doozy this game's going to be.
Who cares? We don't need to read anything about that game.
Missouri, the last 13 times Mizzou has been a favorite, they are 2-11 against the spread. Oh my gosh. Tennessee is taking on Georgia this week, the number 1 team in the country. Tennessee, not only have they not done well against number 1 teams in the country, the last 39 against top 10 opponents, they are 0-39.
Tennessee hasn't done well in the last 20 years.
They've lost 39 straight to top 10 opponents. Wow. Texas A&M, by the way, they got Ole Miss this week. Texas A&M has not swept the Mississippi schools since Johnny Manziel was their quarterback. They've already lost the state, so it's not happening again this year. So there you go. All right. Your nuggets of the week.
Wow. I like them.
You ready for picks?
Yeah. Let's
do picks. Let's do picks.
Let's do better.
All right. Here's Fish's 5. Coastal Carolina minus the 10 against Georgia State. Coastal. They've covered 4 straight against losing teams, in Georgia State losers. Tulsa minus 3 at Tulane. The favorite in this series is 14-2 against the spread in the last 16 meetings. Tulsa also has covered 12 of the last 16 at Tulane.
Tulsa played really good
I
against
love
Cincinnati
Fish
and
picking
Ohio
3
State.
college games he's not going to watch.
Yeah.
Oh, I will now.
That's Tulane's homecoming, by the way.
That's right. Arkansas State is at Louisiana Monroe.
And an ophthalmology convention.
Take the under 67.5. Arkansas State, their last 4 have gone under. Louisiana Monroe, 7 of their last 8 at home as a favorite have gone under. Cardinals are -10 against the Panthers. Home team in this series has covered 7 of the last 8, and Cardinals have covered 6 of the last 7. And the Raiders are getting 3 against the Chiefs. Las Vegas 5-1 their last 6 against the spread as a dog.
Yeah, what? Wait, hang on.
5-0 week for Fish's 5.
Yeah, hang on a second here. What time is that Tulane Tulsa game?
I think that's a 1. Is it 1, 2 o'clock? Is it 11?
Is it 11 a.m.?
Noon.
I don't
Fish,
know.
you can get over there.
I could. I'm going to be in New Orleans.
You should go over there for a little bit. Check it out.
What if I ran in there and said, I picked him on the odds couple?
Can go into
I'm the homecoming king.
You can go into Fogelman Sean King Stadium, or whatever it's called.
Sean King Field.
Sean King Field at Fogelman Stadium. Isn't there a basketball arena called Fogelman Arena?
3 o'clock? Grizzlies play
Grizzlies play at 6. That's tough. You'll be over at the arena by then.
That'd be tough. All right, Lang.
I got some picks.
Yeah, give us your picks.
Oklahoma, since Caleb Williams became the quarterback.
They're good now.
They're good now.
Yep.
They've had one bad half. It was against Kansas.
They're number 4 in the fish scales.
Second half of that Kansas game, they scored 5 touchdowns.
The most humble ranking system in America.
I think Oklahoma's gonna. I think they're good now, and I think they're gonna beat Baylor, and they're gonna run up some points here because they're trying to move up in the playoff rankings. Bo Nix is at home. I'm taking Bo Nix.
All right.
That's all I got.
There we go.
Georgia, I'm gonna keep riding with them because they keep covering. What was the stat you had about South Carolina? They've 7 of their last 8, or Missouri's lost 7 of the last 8.
They suck.
Missouri
Missouri stinks,
terrible.
and South Carolina doesn't stink as bad.
They don't stink as bad.
Yeah,
You're
I'm
right.
going with South Kakalaki. And then, how about I got a stat for you guys? Which quarterback, NFL quarterback, the last 5 weeks, first in quarterback rating, second in completion, CPOE, and then third in first down rate, and no receiver has more than 12 catches in that span.
Matt Ryan.
Matt
I'm gonna
Ryan!
say you're picking the Falcons.
Matty Ice is
it's
back.
not Dak Prescott.
And also, the Cowboys look like a
I don't know
Man,
what that
disaster.
was. I don't know what
That
that
was
was
weird.
last
I don't know.
week.
So I'm going to stay with the Falcons in this one.
Falcons. That's the second time now you've picked the Falcons
Third
this
time.
year. Third time?
Yeah.
Wow.
I didn't pick them against the Saints, but I picked them a couple weeks ago, and they've done all right for me.
CJ.
Picks. Workplace slay, everybody. Workplace
yeah,
slay.
he's
The
got the
notebook is
notebook
back.
back.
That's why we struggled
That
last
is
week.
why the notebook,
was
is
not
here.
here.
As we look at my notebook. All right. Other -20 versus Tennessee. Georgia's giving up less than a touchdown a game, giving up only a touchdown, 7 points in SEC play. Like, come on. That's
Yeah.
You're not supposed to do that in conference play, and Georgia is doing it in one of the best conferences in the nation. And they're 15-6 as road favorites under Kirby Smart. Give me the dogs.
Go Dogs.
Go Dogs. Tennessee giving up 35 points per game to SEC competition. Remember when Miami, Florida State used to matter?
Yeah.
It used to
Man.
mean something? I picked this game just because it used to matter for nostalgia's sake. Don't really know what's going to happen. Miami in this one for me.
They're both bad.
They got to both get back to cheating.
Miami's 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 away games. So give me Miami there. Michigan, Penn State, I'll take Michigan. 2-9 straight up against top 25 teams under Jim Harbaugh. 1-5 last 6
They're
at
due.
Penn State.
Sounds like
1-6 straight up as road dogs. Lane, what
man.
did you say?
They're due.
They
Sounds
are
like they're
due,
due.
damn it.
The
Top-
due theory.
Top 5 team against the spread are the Wolverines. Give me Michigan in that one. They're going to have to find a way to contain Clifford. Last year, he ran for 73 yards. The quarterback for Penn State.
The big red dog?
They ran for it. No, I wish he was out there. Maybe they could have tackled him. The last year, Penn State ran for over 200 yards against Michigan. Different defensive coordinator this year. They're not going to turn their backs on the quarterback. They're going to see him. I think if they can contain Clifford, which I expect them to be able to, Hutchinson is a great player. I think he is a top 5 pick. Michigan should be okay. Chargers, Vikings. The Vikings just find ways to lose games. And this is only a 3-point game. This feels like something where the Chiefs go down, not the Chiefs, the Chargers go down late, get a late touchdown, put them up 4, and walk away victorious in that one. So give me the Chargers. The Chiefs and the Raiders. The Raiders are 5-0 when Carr passes for over 300 yards. 0-3 when he does not pass for over 300 yards. The Chiefs are 0-5 in their last 5 against the AFC, but I think this feels like the Chiefs should win this one. So give me the Chiefs in that.
Okay.
Before we get to Rose, just real quick, because you picked him and I picked him, I feel like, and Lance mentioned this too, Georgia's due at some point to get a little speed bump here. And I think they could hit a speed bump and still beat a team like Tennessee. But, a couple of years ago, they lost that weird game to South Carolina. It happens every year. They have some stumble. I'm afraid it'll happen against Georgia Tech because they've actually kind of secretly been pretty good the last few weeks. But I think at some point Georgia's going to hit a speed bump. I think they've got enough to just maybe not cover but still win. But I think
and Tennessee's a good candidate for that.
Yeah, because Tennessee's been putting up a lot of points the last few weeks. So
and Josh Heupel worked at Mizzou, worked at UCF. Maybe it is working.
Yeah.
I believe the Heupel. I believe the Heupel.
I like Roser's business like attitude he's got toward these picks this week.
Should have worn a tie this week.
What are those T-shirts we got with the tuxedo?
Yeah, the tuxedo T-shirts.
We should have worn those.
Time for
that's kind of, I washed that thing once. It's kind of like a crop top now. That thing shrunk so much. That thing shrunk so much, like comes with the hair on me.
I bought a turtleneck at H&M and I washed it, and the neck came off. Now it's just a turtle.
All right. I'm right. I'm going Georgia. I'm taking Georgia. The dogs.
Sick of them dogs.
Yeah. Minus the 20 against Tennessee. I'm going to take Alabama. I had Cal +1 here, but the state of California has
banned the game. They banned the game.
I can't even believe the state of California is still in America. How have we not just kind of cut them out and sent them into the Pacific Ocean? Kind of thought that would have been done by now. Alabama minus the 32 in the first half. We're rolling with that one.
32 in the first half. Yes.
Yeah, in the first half against New Mexico State. By the way, the California quote, that's just a quote from my dad, who sits in a chair all day and watches television. So he sees all this stuff.
I think we know what channel he watches.
No, my dad watches the Today Show.
Yeah.
Yeah, he watches I'm not kidding you. I watch the freaking Today Show all the time. He doesn't know how to change the channel anymore. Not kidding. He knows the entire Action News 5 staff. He loves them all.
Shout out Action News 5.
Yeah, no, loves them. Shout out to the Oakland Raiders or the Las Vegas Raiders.
Vegas.
Yeah, the Las Vegas Raiders. I'm going to go +3 against the Kansas City Chiefs. The Raiders, they beat the Chiefs twice last year.
Raiders got a lot of things going on right now.
Yeah, they do.
The Chiefs.
They do, but the Chiefs aren't that good. And I think the Chiefs they're not bad, but man, to only beat Jordan Love by 6 points, come on. I think the Raiders win the game straight up, probably. I'm going to roll with the Browns +2 at New England. That stinks. Why are the Patriots favored in that? I don't really know. Maybe it's because they're at home, but the Browns, I'm going to buy getting rid of Odell Beckham because he's a problem just to deal with in the locker room.
Look really good against the Bengals.
That they're going to be better without him, but Nick Chubb did run for a lot last week, and so I don't know if
the
you're
Pats
going to
were the
be able
only
to do that as much.
The Pats were the only win I got last week.
Yeah, I don't know if they're going to be able to do that much against New England. We'll see. Belichick's usually pretty good at this stuff, and I am taking the Saints +3 against the Titans. I don't think the Titans are going to be that good without Derrick Henry. They got a pick 6 in it in that game against the Rams. I think the Saints are. I think the Saints will stop the Titans from scoring. I think a low-scoring game. I think they'll cover the number. And then we got the teaser.
Oh, we got a teaser!
We got a teaser, yeah, we got 5 teams, 7-point teaser. It pays out +300. We're going to go with the Browns +9 against the Patriots.
He's got the Falcons losing.
We're taking the Cowboys -2.5 against the Falcons. Bounce-back season for the Cowboys. We're going to go with the Saints +10 against the Titans. We're going to take the Bills -5 at the Jets. They lost to a crappy team last week. They're not going to lose to a crappy team this week. And we're going to take the Raiders +10 against the Chiefs.
I am rolling with Roser this
5
week.
teams, 7-point teaser on WinBet will pay out +300.
I'm betting that one. I'm on with it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Attaboy. I like it, Roser.
Yeah, you better.
The Syndicate needs to get our act together.
This is a big week for the Syndicate. We need to return to our winning ways for you people.
I'll be at the WinBet Saturday, so come holla at me.
All right.
Saturday morning, Saturday at 11 o'clock.
All right,
This is back to business this week.
Back to business. All right, cool. Fellas, thank you very much. Appreciate y'all. That's going to do it for us here on The Odds Couple. Thanks for joining us. Good luck with your bets this week and your picks this week, and because we're going to be a lot better and win you money. Win you money.
I don't think we could be worse.
No.
I mean, I can't be worse. I could do the exact same. And
I got off to a 4-1 start in college basketball. What?
Is Drake good?
I don't know yet.
Yeah, we don't know yet.
We'll figure that out. But I got my Drake hoodie from last year.
All right,
to
there
ride
we
him
go.
again this year. All right, that does it for us. For Lang, for Roser, for CJ, Kimball, Robbie, Jacob, I'm Fish. Thanks for joining us. We will talk to you again next week here on The Odds Couple. Good luck this weekend.
You've been listening to The Odds Couple, presented by WinBet on GrindCityMedia.com. Tune in next week with Rob Fisher and Lang Whitaker.